In a far-off corner of the world, on Whale Island, there lived a young boy named Gon Freecss. Raised by his Aunt Mito, Gon was a carefree, curious child who loved nature and adventure. Though he led a simple life, there was always one mystery in his heart: the father he had never known. Ging Freecss, a legendary figure in the world of hunters, had left Gon as a baby, entrusting him to Mito. To most, Ging's choice was unforgivable, but to Gon, it was an invitation, a promise of the world that lay beyond his island home. Determined to understand why his father had chosen the life of a hunter over a life with him, Gon decided to follow in his father's footsteps. At only 12, he announced to his Aunt Mito that he, too, would become a hunter. Though reluctant, Mito understood Gon's unbreakable resolve and allowed him to set out on his journey, hoping he'd find the answers he was seeking. On the boat to the hunter exam site, Gon quickly discovered that the life of a hunter was filled with colorful characters and countless dangers. It was here that he first met Leorio Paradonite, a medical student who was blunt, greedy, and yet possessed a compassionate heart beneath his sharp words. Gon also crossed paths with Kurapika, a soft-spoken yet intense young man haunted by the memory of his fallen clan. The Phantom Troop, a ruthless band of thieves, had hunted Kurapika's clan to near extinction, seeking the scarlet eyes that emerged when they felt intense emotions. These two individuals, each with different reasons for taking the hunter exam, became Gon's first true friends. Though different in personality and goals, they shared a bond rooted in the trust they built through shared dangers. The hunter exam itself was a grueling test designed to weed out all but the strongest and most determined. Participants were subjected to a gauntlet of psychological, physical, and strategic challenges that pushed them to their limits. Gon's natural agility, empathy, and unwavering resolve helped him navigate these trials, and his positive attitude often brought out the best in those around him. But he quickly learned that not all participants were allies. During the exam, Gon and his friends encountered Hisoka, an unsettling figure with a love of combat and a fixation on finding worthy opponents. Hisoka's chilling aura made him feared by even the strongest contestants. But to Gon, he represented a mysterious, thrilling challenge. Intrigued by Gon's potential, Hisoka decided to let him live, sparking an unspoken rivalry that would shadow Gon in his later adventures. Through this tense relationship, Gon's resolve to grow stronger became clear, as did his desire to understand the boundaries of his own potential. Among the other examinees was Killua Zoldyck, a boy around Gon's age with silver hair, cold eyes, and a hidden past. Killua was no ordinary child. He was a member of the infamous Zoldyck family of assassins. Though his family had trained him to be emotionless and ruthless, Killua yearned for friendship, for freedom from the life of killing he'd been born into. Killua saw something pure in Gon, a fearless innocence that was unlike anything he'd known. Gon, in turn, was drawn to Killua's mysterious yet kind nature, and their friendship quickly blossomed. Despite Killua's dark past, Gon accepted him wholeheartedly, providing Killua with the first taste of acceptance and love he'd ever known. Together, Gon, Killua, Kurapika, and Leorio faced the final stages of the hunter exam, a series of life-or-death challenges that required them to work together, think strategically, and trust each other with their lives. The exam pushed them to their limits, testing not only their strength, but also their loyalty and integrity. They earned their hunter licenses, but with their newfound status came new responsibilities and dangers. Each member of the group had their own dreams to pursue, and soon they parted ways, each taking a different path to fulfill their goals. For Kurapika, the quest for revenge drove him toward the Phantom Troop. His desire to avenge his fallen clan led him to learn a deadly form of Nen, a mystical power source that allowed him to create chains capable of binding the troop members. Kurapika's journey was fraught with sacrifice, as his quest for justice weighed heavily on his soul. He would come to face Crollo Lucilfer, the troop's charismatic and ruthless leader, and grapple with the cost of revenge. Leorio returned to his studies, determined to become a doctor and help those who couldn't afford medical care. Though his path seemed less dangerous, he continued to support his friends from afar, driven by a desire to make a difference in his own way. Gon and Killua, bound by their shared love of adventure and their unbreakable bond, journeyed on together. Their quest led them to Heaven's Arena, a towering structure where fighters of all kinds gathered to prove their strength. Here, they met Wing, a skilled teacher who introduced them to the concept of Nen, a life energy that could be harnessed for incredible power. Through Wing's guidance, Gon and Killua unlocked their Nen abilities, awakening a new level of strength within them. Gon's resolve grew stronger as he trained, realizing that his journey was only beginning. With their newfound skills, they received word of a game called Greed Island, rumored to hold clues about Ging's past. The game, a rare artifact in the Hunter world, was both a treasure and a trial. Only players with mastery over Nen could survive its perils, and within its virtual world lay dangers that could cost them their lives. Entering Greed Island, Gon and Killua encountered powerful foes, complex puzzles, and allies who helped them unlock the mysteries of the game. Under the guidance of Biscuit Kruger, a seasoned Nen user and unpredictable mentor, the boys honed their abilities even further, learning to navigate the complexities of Nen and the world within the game. Through these trials, Gon's drive to find his father grew ever stronger. He was willing to face any hardship, endure any pain, just for the chance to meet Ging. At long last, Gon and Killua completed the game, emerging with new skills and a clue that would lead them to a distant land under siege by monstrous creatures known as Chimera Ants. These creatures possess the terrifying ability to consume and inherit the traits of other species, evolving with each generation. Led by the powerful and increasingly intelligent King Meruem, the ants became a formidable threat to humanity. Gon, Killua, and a group of elite hunters, including the mighty chairman Netro, embarked on a mission to stop the ants. Among them was Kite, a loyal disciple of Ging's and an old friend of Gon's. Kite took Gon and Killua under his wing, guiding them into the heart of the Chimera Ant conflict. But tragedy struck when Kite was captured and ultimately killed, leaving Gon devastated and consumed by guilt. Blaming himself for Kite's death, Gon's spirit darkened, and he vowed to seek revenge, regardless of the cost. In his grief, Gon pushed his Nen abilities to their absolute limit, sacrificing his future potential and even his life force in exchange for enough power to defeat Neferpitu, a deadly servant of the Ant King. The transformation left Gon a shadow of his former self, his body broken and drained. Killua, refusing to abandon his friend, risked everything to save Gon. Returning to his family's mansion, Killua sought out his sister Aluka, a mysterious child with a supernatural ability to grant wishes at a high cost. Despite the danger involved, Killua's love for Gon was unbreakable. He braved the challenges posed by his family and, through Aluka's power, was able to restore Gon's health. With his body and spirit healed, Gon finally confronted the truth he had been seeking all along. He met his father, Ging, not with tears or accusations, but with acceptance. Their reunion was simple yet meaningful, filled with unspoken understanding. Ging encouraged Gon to continue his journey, not for anyone else but himself. His father's words opened Gon's eyes to the truth that his path was his own to carve, a journey shaped by the friends he had made, the lessons he had learned, and the adventures he had yet to undertake. And so, Gon returned to Whale Island, no longer just a boy searching for his father, but a young man who understood the value of the friendships, sacrifices, and memories he had gathered along the way. His journey as a hunter was just beginning, and the world, filled with endless mysteries and adventures, awaited him. For Gon, the true treasure was never fame or power, but the courage to follow his heart, to protect those he loved, and to discover the unknown. In the world of Hunter x Hunter, his story continued, woven into the lives of those he had touched. His journey taught him the meaning of true strength, the depth of loyalty, and the power of kindness. And as Gon stood on the shores of his island home, looking out at the endless horizon, he knew that, whatever the future held, he was ready. The spirit of adventure, the bonds of friendship, and the thrill of discovery would carry him forward into whatever lay ahead. And so ends the tale of Gon Freecss, a boy who sought his father and found himself a hunter in the truest sense, forever driven by a spirit that was boundless, fearless, and free.